Under my administration, the world is facing chaos. I think it's the most dangerous time we've had since the end of World War II, and it could lead to another global conflict. We have two major hotspots, Ukraine and Russia, and possibly a third with Taiwan. The situation is out of control. I've met with President Zelensky and got along well with President Putin. I believe I can help resolve the conflict, but we need to act immediately. If I get elected, resolving this conflict will be one of my first priorities. I'll work on it even as president-elect. My first two phone calls will be to address this situation, and my second call will be about closing the border and making sure people enter our country legally. After that, we'll focus on energy independence by drilling more oil. It's not complicated, but these calls are crucial, especially with the millions of people being affected by the war in Ukraine. It's not being reported properly, but the loss of life is staggering. Today, we saw Israel shoot down nearly 200 rockets, but this kind of life shouldn't be normal. Israel deserves credit for protecting itself, but the situation in the Middle East would never have reached this point under my leadership. When we established the Abraham Accords, we brought four countries together in peace, and I believe that if I had remained president, we would have had every country in the Middle East, including Iran, sign on. It would have created peace in the region, but under the current administration, they haven't added a single country to the accords. This administration has caused chaos, whether it's Ukraine or the Middle East. The lack of respect for the United States is evident. If I had been in office, Russia would have never invaded Ukraine, and the tragic events of October 7 in Israel would have never happened. Inflation wouldn't be an issue, and we wouldn't have had the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan, which was the most embarrassing moment in our country's history. Right now, the world is in chaos, and as Viktor Orban said, if Trump comes back, you won't have any wars. He's a tough leader, and he's right. Europe needs to step up and pay more because the conflict impacts them more than us. But we want to see peace both in Ukraine and in the Middle East as soon as possible. It's time to bring an end to these conflicts and restore stability to the world. Thank you.